else who still needs to finish the paper, I'll come by and pick it up in a second. All right, we're going to run through some basic expectations, and then I'm going to talk and we're going to learn some content today. Now, welcome to physical science. Now, I have a couple goals. One, I would like all of you to pass physical science, obviously, so you get your final credit towards graduation. Anybody senior here? Any seniors? I always like to keep track of my seniors. Really? I don't have any seniors?
I actually don't know what I did.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll check. All right, but that's good that I don't have any seniors, so we don't have to worry about anybody not getting to walk and having to worry about that for June. All right? And I hope that you all enjoy the class and become better science students. We do a lot of hands-on in this class. You can see there's equipment that's already out on the counter. I don't know if we'll get to it today. I sincerely doubt it, but you will get to the counter tomorrow. You will do a lab tomorrow. All right, you will do at least 2 labs this week alone. All right, so I'm big on giving you hands-on opportunities to do things in class so that I don't do all of the talking and the teaching. Now, some basics about me. I am married. I do have 2 children. Both of them are at the high school level at this point. One's a rising freshman. One's a rising senior. So one's applying to colleges, which is why I asked if we had any seniors in here. All right, I do live here in Davidson County. I've spent all 29 of my teaching years here at Lexington, all of them in this room. So next year I have the option as to whether or not I want to retire. And then I love to read. So if you see me doing lunch duty, third lunch, I'm on my phone. Unlike y'all, I'm not checking my social media feeds. I'm actually reading a book. I know it's hard to imagine that somebody would read, but I have my nose in the book 9 times out of 10. If you ask me what I do most of my summer, what would I tell you I did?
Read.
Drives my kids crazy. All right, I'm going to tell you about Remind in a minute. I'll hand out those papers, and I'll show you how to access the website in a second. Because for those of you who paid attention, I just did something on the computer. I set it up to do what? Anybody know? Set it up to record class. Was it Nancy? No, I haven't. Kimberly. Kimberly. All right, I set it up to record. All right, I record all the classes. I post this to the website, and if we have a homework assignment, I actually scan the assignment and I post it to the website also, so that if you want to keep up and you're absent, you can. Some of you will have attendance issues, so if you want to keep up, that is an option for you. And I'll show you how to access that in a little bit. Now, the rules are pretty easy. Be on time. How many of y'all have third lunch? Anybody? You got a few. All right, you're in the courtyard cafeteria. It's easy to get here. If you have class, well, it makes it a little harder because you might have to go to the bathroom. So go to the bathroom and then get here. Don't be late to class. Okay? So many tardies become an absence, and then you have to deal with makeup time. If you're on time and get the calculator not in your seat, okay. If you're in the room and sharpening your pencil, okay. If you're leaping through the door like a deer, yelling, "I'm on time, Miss Wall," is that on time? No. Okay? You cannot be in Miss Bauer's door and yelling you're on time in the doorway over there and on time. You have to be in the room prepping for class to be on time. Okay? Get a calculator, sharpening your pencil, gathering your supplies, that's on time. Leaping through the door is not on time. Be polite. Don't talk while others are. Don't be rude to your classmates. Y'all have been in school for 10 or 11 years, depending on what grade level you are. You know what constitutes not being rude to your classmates. If they say something you think is dumb, okay, don't tell them you think it's dumb. All right? A lot of times, I think questions that I get asked are dumb. Do I ever say it out loud? No. My brain can have all the internal conversation it wants to have. Can I say it out loud? No. I go to the staff meetings every month. Miss Curry tells us stuff all the time. Do I agree with everything she says?
No.
No, I do not. But can I ever utter what my opinion is in the staff meeting?
No.
No, I cannot. Okay? So, it's a lot like that in class for y'all. When y'all hear stuff, you're like, dang, that was the dumbest thing I've ever heard. You just think it in your head. Don't say it out loud. Okay? It's just the way we all have to be. It's called being courteous and polite. And be prepared. Paper, pencil. Bring it to class every day. Consequences. I warn you. Call your parents. Lunch detention. Lunch detention. And then an office referral. Now, if you have lunch detention, if you have second lunch, you get to come hang out in here with me with the air conditioning and the heat. And y'all have third lunch. Anybody happen to notice where I was today? Anybody notice where I was? Where was I at, Esperanza?
Over there by the doors.
Over there by the doors in the courtyard, sweating my butt off. I'm still warm. I hope I'm home enough deodorant today. Okay? Unfortunately, I have third period planning. And since I have third period planning from today till y'all take exams in December, where will I be? Every third lunch. By the doors in the courtyard. It'll be hell. I ain't no nice what to say. Okay? I only have 89 more days of lunch duty to go. It's the kindest thing I can say about lunch duty. Okay? So, if you have to serve lunch detention, you have third lunch. That's where we have to meet. If you have lunch detention and second lunch, you can meet me in here. So, if you don't want to hang out in the courtyard, come to class on time. Don't get in trouble during class. All right? Tardy policy is the same thing. So, unless you want to hang out with me in the courtyard, come to class on time. You need a pencil sharpener. Behind Kimberly is an electric pencil sharpener. Don't stick anything in it and break it. Trash cans, front of the room, back of the room by the door. There's a recycling bin back there also. Don't throw trash in the recycling bin. Gum, you can chew gum. Don't stick it to anything. I'm going to talk about the lab facilities in a little while. Be nice to them. We have water. The only two classes in here are mine and Miss Wicker's. As long as you don't go out in the hallway multiple times and go bang on Miss Wicker's door or peep at her door and be irritating, I will let you have water. If we have a fire drill, y'all know fourth period is a favorite time to have a fire drill. We're going right out this door to the big tree. Between my room and the central office is a gigantic wide tree. We stand there all by ourselves. No chorus people, no biology people, just us, all by our lonesome under the tree. All right, tornado drill. Miss Rector has a class. Miss Thornhill, depending on A or B day, has a class. We all go hang out together in the lecture hall. Code E, we haven't done one of those in a long time. Hopefully we won't. Let's evacuate the stadium. That's usually like a bomb threat. Lockdown, we will have at some point, probably during y'all's class. Anybody have a Thornhill last year? Y'all remember where we went for the lockdowns? Y'all have to do a lockdown with her? We sit on the floor in the back science hall along the cabinets. Okay, my class and her class. All right, so 3 graduation requirements. How many of y'all have it or science and passed it? Okay, biology and passed it. This is it. If you pass physical science, you're done. No more science, unless you just want to. And then you can take Miss Wicker's forensic. You can take anatomy and physiology with Miss Wicker. You can take chemistry with me. Or you could say, oh, I hate science, no more. It's your option, okay? A lot of y'all are going to go with option C, no more science. But it becomes your option at this point if you pass physical science. This is the final requirement to graduate. All right, so this is how we're going to grade. Tests are 50%. Quizzes are 15. Daily work is 25, which is all these labs and crap we're going to do. That's the biggest chunk of what your grades are going to be. And homework's 10. I don't give a ton of homework. I only give a little bit. So when I give it, you got to do it. All right. Oh, y'all did see that no extra credit part, right? All right. Here's where some of us are going to get in trouble. I don't know how many of y'all know this. But right now, the little parentheses are important. Right now, exams count 25%. And some of y'all have counted on, okay, I'm going to do well on the exam, and then I'm going to get that 50% rule because I ain't doing jack during the semester. We have gnats. It's because of Ms. Rector. It's a rainforest over there that replaces the carpet. All right, so I'm not doing crap because I'm going to get that 50% rule. In the parentheses up there, it says the school board reviewing the policy. And right now, it's standing for 30 days, and they vote somewhere in early September. And they're probably going to change it so the exams only count how much? 20. Which means most of your grade comes from your working class, and the exam only counts how much? 20. Okay? So those of you who don't do jack in class, don't make up any work, and then the exam only counts 20%, can the exam save you at the end? No. So while I'm talking about this, I want to ask you one question. The people who generally fail Ms. Wall's class, tell me why they fail my class. Anybody want to take a guess? Because I have a horrible reputation out there for people fail my class. People come in and they're like, oh my God, I got Ms. Wall. I need out of that woman's class because I'm going to fail. Anybody want to take a guess? Huh?
Late work.
Not late work.
They did it. They don't come.
They don't come, so they have a whole bunch of what? Nick?
They just have a whole bunch of work, and next thing they know, they literally got bricks for work.
I don't know what bricks are.
Like piles.
Oh, okay. All right, so what grades do they have for those bricks? Zeros. Okay? When you're absent and you miss an assignment, what goes in your grade? Okay? What did I tell you we were going to do? A lot. Labs. Can I send the labs home?
No.
So tomorrow we'll do a lab. You're not here. When do you make that up? You can make it up. When do we make it up? After school. What do students not want to do?
Stay after school.
Stay after school. By Wednesday and Thursday, we're going to do a lab that'll take the entire class period. How long is the class period? Hour and 30. It's actually an hour and 30. Might be an hour and 35, who knows? But that's 90 or 95 minutes. How are you all staying 95 minutes after school? That'd be 2 afternoons to make up a lab. How many people doing that? So what do most people do?
Come.
They don't come. They take a zero. Okay, that would be fabulous. I do have some people tasked who do come. There's just not a lot of them. So if you're absent, people go, I'm taking a zero. I ain't coming to make up that woman's work. All right, those start to build over time. We have class fourth period. What do people like to do during fourth period? Sleep. Sign out early. All those things start to build up. And then at the end, you're like, how did my grade get so low? I did great on the test, Ms. Wall. Yes, you did. Tests are 50% of your overall grade. They are. They are 50%. The rest of that stuff is not 50%. Okay? So you can't just score well on the test and pass. Now, let's say, I'm going to pick on Taz because I know Taz. All right? Let's say Taz is not the best test taker, but she did great on the rest of that stuff. And she's like, Ms. Wall, I want to do better. I'm doing great on this other stuff. I just don't test good. What can I do for you? I let y'all do test corrections on every test. When they're test corrections? After school. Cannot take them home. Got to do them with me. Okay? But what did I just say? On which test? Every test. Not some tests. Every test. So, if you can do test corrections on every test, and you're not absent, and you do your work, who should fail my class? No one. The reason people fail is they have missing work and they don't make it up. Or they flunk the test with a 20 and they don't come to do any test corrections. No one should fail my class. Okay? It's that simple. It doesn't matter that the exam is only 20% if they change it. With those rules, everyone should pass. All right. Those people who came on Thursday, I told you this. Every piece of paper I'm going to give you has holes punched in. I recommend a three-ring binder. If you're not a three-ring binder kind of person, find a way to organize yourself. You will need paper to write on, pens and pencils. I'm going to give you calculators to use in class. If you have a cell phone, you have a calculator for home. All right? These are the days I'm available. Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. If I'm not available, I will tell you at the start of the week. This week, I'm available all 3 days. I have nothing on my calendar this week. Next week, it's a little different. Okay? I'll tell you back. Thursday, I have to be at the volleyball game. Yeah, Thursday, I'm working the volleyball game. I'm here today or Tuesday and Wednesday. Forgot. Signed up to be athletics. All right, this is the one that causes the greatest issue. Bathroom passes. You only get 3 from now until December. Now people really think I'm nuts. Okay?
It's security, you can't go at all.
Oh, second period won't let you go at all? Oh, then I sound really flexible. I sound like I'm being nice. Who's that?
Miss Ray-Ban.
Oh, Oh.
Ray-Ban.
then I sound like I'm being super nice. All right, so, and I've had this policy for years and years and years. So, you get to go 3 times. Any 3 times you want. I don't care if it's for bathroom, your basketball coach needs to talk to you, your football coach needs you. I don't care what the reason is. You get to leave 3 times for whatever reason. You might as well go to the bathroom while you're gone. All right? Now, once you've exceeded the 3, do you get to go to the bathroom?
No.
Yeah. I'm not going to keep you from going to the bathroom. I might make a mess on the floor. I got a nice new floor. Plus, it smells bad. All right? So what happens? What do you got to do to get to go the 4th time?
10 minutes.
10 minutes lunch tension. Okay? Now let's say Anthony says, Miss Paul, I got you tomorrow. 3rd lunch. Coming to hang out with you in the courtyard. He don't show. Nope, I'm not assigning anymore. Can you go to the bathroom?
Right up.
Nope, no write up. I'm not filling out that crap either. He can't go to the bathroom until he does what? Serves his detention. Once he serves his 10 minutes, what happens?
He's on the clear.
He's on the clear and he can go to the bathroom again. So until you serve your 10 minutes, you don't get to do what? Go to the bathroom again. Is that simple? It's a simple policy. You get 3 free. Once you have used the 3 free, you got to do the 10 minutes a time. If it takes you 3 weeks to do the 10 minutes a time, you don't get to go to the bathroom until you do your time. Everybody go with that? Now, I'm sure you've heard this all day. So, we got to use our trusty hall passes, right? Got to wear them around our neck. If you do not wear it around your neck, you will not get to go to the bathroom in my class. Okay? Stick it in your pocket. You're coming back, sitting down into this. These cost $3. If you lose it, who's paying the $3?
You.
We are. We'll be really pissed. Okay? Miss Porter's putting it on the 5 fee list. It's a senior fee for her. Now you can go get to walk if you lose hers. Alright? Now, you remember those vests?
Mm-hmm.
Mine were the original vests from when we got them like 6 years ago. So I dropped those in the trash can with tweezers. One I could take up and wash periodically, but the other one, we had to decorate. You probably are too young to remember this, but people thought they looked like those vests that prisoners wore to pick up trash. And so they had to decorate them so they looked less like prisoners working the side of the road. So the sergeant said, well, you need to make it look like the bee on the door. So she made me put blue duct tape on it so it looked like that bee on the door. I know those gnats not really annoying like that. You're on trading lunch here. So I had tape all over mine and it had the stinger. It had a little tail. It was a cone shape sticking out of the back. So I couldn't take it home and wash it. It was nasty. So where do people put those vests when they go into the bathroom?
On the stall.
On the floor.
On the seat.
Oh,
I always
they
carry
were.
it like this.
I know. Exactly. They were nasty. I don't know where those things were. They could have been laying on the urinal for all I know. So my point in this story is these were designed so that when y'all went to the bathroom, for the guys, they're not near your private areas. You can go and use the bathroom, use the urinal. This should not get near the urinal. Should not get near your flow of urine. For the ladies, if you're sitting on the toilet, you should be able to sit down and lean over to the toilet, the trash can, change your sanitary supplies, and this should not come into contact with any of that. Okay? All of us should be able to wash our hands and not get this thing wet. If you do, please, for the love of God, tell us, we will use a sanitary wipe when you come back and use some Clorox wipey on it to get it clean. Okay? But it should stay clean. But it's supposed to be around our neck so that when we go to the bathroom, it does not get disgusting. Because I do not know what was on those vests, and I dare say a forensic lab could have a field day with those old vests. Okay? Everybody got it? And then when you come back, take it off, hang it here. Now, you'll also, I'm sure, notice that there are signs all over the building. I don't know where Mr. Al put them, but there's one in the hallway. Ours is green. You should use the bathroom close to the science building. You should not be by the gym if it says green, which is the science building, to go to the bathroom. Okay? Everybody good with that? Visitors, we have them all the time. Be nice to them, answer their questions. Don't ridicule fellow students when they come in. All right, dress code. I have to read this to you verbatim. We're pretty doggone close. You've heard it all day long, but I have to sign a piece of paper saying I read it. All right? We just have to adhere to it. I don't know if y'all noticed that I walked around and looked today, but I did. Be mindful of certain things. I had 2 great examples first period, but I looked at y'all's feet to see if I had any in this class, and I don't. I had somebody in some sandals that had straps on the back first period, which was great. I even had somebody in Birkenstocks that had the sandal strap on the back, but I don't have anybody in here who has the sandal straps. So I didn't have anybody to hold up their feet like Vanna White and be a model. All right, so I'm supposed to tell y'all again today that you may not wear bare midriff tops, halter tops, off the shoulders tops, or spaghetti straps that show your cleavage. You may not wear short shorts, low cut pants that reveal or show your undergarments. Please don't. I don't want to see them. I used to joke that I was going to wear mine so you could see my underwear, but I was going to buy some cheetah print and wear it. I don't want any cheetah print. All right, you may not wear swimwear or tube tops. You may not wear muscle shirts, pajamas, and slippers with fuzz or lace. You should never wear fuzz anywhere. It can pick up roach eggs and take those back to your house, by the way. Pants that expose undergarments, sagging or bagging. Now, leggings, I suspect will be a problem at some point. Remember, you have to have those with the appropriate length garment. Meaning, if you wear that, you have to have a shirt or a dress that comes down far enough. Generally, if it doesn't cover your behind, it's not long enough.
Don't even wear it because you don't look a mess anyway. They tried to get it to me last year. It was too long.
Okay.
Way too long.
I don't really understand this next one. You cannot have facial piercings. That become a safety issue for staff and other students. Socks or sock-like footwear without shoes or slippers. So remember, those all have to have shoes or slippers, or really shoes. So you can't wear the socks that have the little finger-toed things in them. They have to have shoes. You cannot wear the slippers that have things you can put your feet in without some type of shoes. They're considered slippers. You can't wear those. And then, of course, the last one that's most important is you cannot wear shoes that have an open heel without straps, and that includes slides and flip-flops. The stuff on the, sunglasses or hats, you can't wear those either. The stuff on the back side talks about you cannot with socks that touch the bottom hem of your shorts. I don't know who on earth would wear that, but apparently it's an issue. You cannot wear spikes or chains with any article of clothing. You cannot wear head coverings such as hats, visors, bandanas, caps, hairnets, or scarves, except for medical or religious reasons. You cannot wear monikers or other gang markings. Jewelry, buckles with gang symbols or initials other than your own. You cannot have visible tattoos, piercings, or eyebrow cuttings that are gang or prison or obscene. You cannot have steel-toed boots or shoes. And your backpacks, notebooks, folders, and other carrying bags cannot display graffiti, obscene symbols, signs, slogans, alcohol, drug, tobacco, or degrading depictions. Now, someone in the staff meeting told us that they had an alcohol shirt on one time. They actually wore it at school last year or the year before. I can't remember the name of a wine, and they didn't realize it was the name of a wine. And someone told them they were violating the school-wide dress code. And they were like, no, I'm not. I got on jeans and a t-shirt. And they were like, it's a wine. And she was like, it is? So, if you don't know what something is and you want to put the shirt on, you might need to ask your friends, Snapchat a picture to somebody, and make sure it's a legit non-alcohol or ad for something that you shouldn't be wearing. Okay? It was someone more my age than closer to your age on the staff. Okay? I'll just leave it at that. So sometimes, you need to ask those kinds of questions because not everybody knows. Any questions about dress code? And even though it's fourth period, I will send you out. Because if I have to choose between your neck and my neck, who's getting saved?
No way. Your neck.
I'm 2 years from retirement. Y'all are getting it every day of the week. All right, cell phones. Don't have them out. Don't make me take them. All right, mine's up here on my desk. I keep mine out of my pocket when I'm teaching because if it vibrates, what do I want to do? Open it. I want to look at it. I want to see who the message is from. If it's on my desk, it's not in my pocket, I don't have it. The biggest issue is my watch is forever giving me news alerts. So I'm forever closing out my news apps because I don't really care what's going on in the world until 3:30. All right, now, if you need to charge because it's dead and you ask me, I will usually let you charge if it's on the far side of the counter away from us. But if, you're Raphael, I'm probably not going to let him charge right in front of him because he's going to want to look at it, okay? And the last thing is headphones. We don't do a whole lot with a computer. It requires headphones, so they shouldn't be out, all right? If you're using them, I'm probably going to tell you to put them away. There are a few times I do let you use them, and I will tell you when that is. All right, the last thing that's up here is about the lab facilities. Please be kind and respectful to them. My room, Miss Thornhill's room 3 years ago, were revised, completely gutted down to literally the cement floor and these walls. Even just the ceiling out, all right? And everything was gutted to about the tune of $300,000. They're the only two rooms that were redone. And it would really be nice if we could keep them nice because it will probably not get done again for quite some time. They had hoped to be able to redo some other rooms in the science building, but now that the superintendents have changed and priorities have changed, I sincerely doubt that will happen. So we want to keep these as nice as we can. When we use the scales, you want to move them, pick them up, remove them. Don't drag them across the counters. They already have scratches from where they put the desks on top of the counters when they wax the floors, because believe it or not, I take every single one of these tennis balls off the desks and hand pick all the hair off at the end of the year. You'd be appalled to know how much hair is on these tennis balls. There's a giant pile. I have a picture of it that's about that big around. It just collects on the floor, and if we don't take it off, and then they stick the tennis balls back down on the techie wax, it'd be stuck in the wax for the remainder of the school year. So I just take all the tennis balls off. And then my kids come in last week, and they brought the tennis balls back on for me without the hair, okay? It's just much cleaner looking, all right? So just be kind to the facilities is all I'm asking. Don't write your names on anything. I just go around behind you and clean it off, and then it just makes me mad. And if I can tell who did it, I'll write you up for it, okay? It's one of the fastest ways to make me write you up. Sinks are not trash cans. And see the shower facility back there by Nick? Big triangle? That's a 2-inch water pipe. It's going to spray out about 5 feet wide, and you will get wet. Okay? So, leave it be. All right. You ready to move on? Find some paper. That's so not what I meant to do. We got some paper? Yeah.
What bother you from saying?
Nope. Leave it alone. If there still gets to be too much, by all means, take one of the open desks or a chair at the table. I was just trying not to have you in the back 40, given class is so big. All right, everybody got what they need? All right. So if we talk about measurement, measurement is a unit of defined size. Now, on the counter, I have 3 things that we're going to use tomorrow. And 2 things I haven't set out there yet. All right, so if we talk about an example of this, I'll write it out. If I said 1 dozen, what would y'all all know a dozen was equal to?
12.
Right. So, back in elementary school, probably as early as kindergarten, you guys all knew that a dozen cupcakes was equal to 12. So if you showed up and your parents brought in a dozen cupcakes to class, you knew if there was only 10, you were what? You were too short. You were cheating. Somebody didn't give you all your cupcakes and mom got hungry on the way to school. Okay? Now, we're going to talk about some units that we're going to use this semester and the equipment that we're going to use to measure. Because we're going to use units as a way to solve word problems for roughly the first 9 weeks of the semester, okay? So when we solve density and the word problems, you have to know a mass unit. You have to know a volume unit. Can anybody give me a mass unit? Don't all speak at once. Okay, so okay, so let's say that this is what we have, okay? These are some basics we should know. I'll give you a moment to catch up. All right. So, can anybody give me a length unit? What? Inches is length. All right. Let me go back for just a second. All right. English units. Versus metric units. All right. English units are only used in the United States. A metric unit are used by scientists. All right, so Yaklin said, was it inches again? Hey, Mr. Boomer.
Ask him just for a second.
So, if we say inches Is inches a unit that's used by everyone or just people in the United States? Would you say, Yakov? People in the United States. So can we think of a unit that's used by everybody else, all scientists worldwide, that would be a length? What'd you say, Anthony? You might have said the right answer. Just because I didn't hear you didn't mean it was wrong. Remember, I'm old. I'm going to be 50 in a couple, well, not quite 2 months. What'd you say?
Kilometers.
Yes. All right. Kilometers will fit here. Anybody give me another one? Sure. Y'all can even take the prefix off. What do you have if you take the prefix off? Yeah, meters. All right. Now, what piece of equipment would we use to find the length? A what? Ruler. Anything else? Change the name. Instead of calling it a yardstick, call it a
Stick.
What kind of stick? Yes. All right. Now, does anybody know the difference in a meter stick and a yardstick? Yes. A meter stick is how long? 3 feet, which is 36 inches. Okay, 12 times 3 is 36 inches. So a meter stick or a yardstick would stop at where my fingers are. That would be a meter stick. Stop here. Okay? But a meter stick keeps going to about 39 1/4. Okay? Because it has 100 centimeters. So it's longer than a yardstick. Okay? So a meter stick is how we're going to measure. Only because we're staying out of English units. All right? Can anybody give me a mass unit we're going to use? Huh? Can you tell me what piece of equipment is in here? Anthony, put your phone up.
Density.
Nope. We're going to talk about density another day. No volume. That's another unit. We're talking about it another day. Then what kind of scale? You know the name? It is a scale. That's the equipment. How many beams does it have? It's called a triple beam balance. Now, those of you who are close enough to see it should be able to find the unit on it. Did you see it, Arturo?
Wait, what is?
The unit.
Oh, the unit. Oh, grams.
There you go. All right, so grams is 1 unit. Can anybody change grams into a different unit? Nope, ounces would be English. Add something to grams. Milligrams? Anybody else? Sure, kilograms. All right, tell me something about time. Now, Jacqueline, I know you're not shy. I just told y'all I'm going to be 50 this year, so hearing is one of the first things to go. I already wear glasses, so say it with confidence so I can hear you. Okay? Second, hour, and minute. Okay? So, Jacqueline can't answer again. You're going to charge a toll.
I know.
It's okay. I do it to everybody who's new over here. All right. So tell me what piece of equipment we would use. Jacqueline can't answer for at least 15 minutes. What? A clock? What else? Okay.
A stopwatch.
Sure. Okay, you can call it any of those. Some of y'all will use the clock that's hanging in the room. And we have a lab that we're going to do with acceleration when we chew gum. And I will actually let you use your cell phones for this, because some of you will use your timer or the stopwatch feature on your phone. And for those of you who don't have a cell phone, I will give you the old-fashioned stopwatches that I have in the room. Say what? What'd you say?
I'm not trying to go.
All right, so temperature. Can you give me some units for temperature? All right, that's the equipment. Now, for those of you who cannot spell thermometer. All right, I'll write those in a minute. A thermometer is spelled thermo. All right, thermo, and then meter. Okay, thermo, and then meter. Everybody got it? That's how you spell thermometer. Thermometer. So I don't want any of those jacked up spellings that say just, well, that T word on a quiz or a test. All right, so I heard Celsius. I heard Fahrenheit. Anybody got anything else? It's okay. All right, so volume. It's the last piece of glassware out there that's really tall. Does anybody know what that's called? A vase. No. Not a bad guess, but no. All right, these are the two pieces of glassware. Anybody know what this one's called?
Oh, it's called a beaker.
This is a beaker. Right here. That's the beaker. We do not measure anything with a beaker. All right? That's just a rough estimate. We measure with this. What shape is that from math class? It's a cylinder. Okay? Now, you see all these markings on the side? These are the numbers. So we give it a name. It's called a graduated cylinder. Okay, so it's a graduated cylinder. Now, give me some volume units you might use. How would you buy a soft drink? Huh? Liters. Milliliters. Gallon will be English. Liters, milliliters. And I'm going to give you this abbreviation. Centimeters cubed. CM3. Now, we wrote all of those out longhand rather than abbreviate them because we haven't really talked about abbreviations for metrics. So that's what we need to finish with before we do practicing with measurement. Okay? Everybody caught up? Do I need to wait? Are we there? All right. So let's talk a little bit about metric abbreviations. Does anybody remember a sentence from elementary school that was supposed to help you remember the abbreviations in metrics so that it would be easier for y'all to write down the abbreviations? Start with King.
King Henry.
Yeah, King Henry Dredge chocolate nuts like that.
You're in the ballpark. Missing a word.
Choke.
You got the right theme. King Henry. Died.
I thought it was something. I was gonna say choked on.
And King Henry died by drinking chocolate milk. So, what abbreviations are these supposed to help you remember for metrics? What is king supposed to be? That's kilo. Now, don't say gram. It's just kilo. All right. What is Henry? Any ideas? That's hecto.
Isn't that?
Deca, good. The bi is the baseline, and we'll come back to what's on the baseline in a second. All right, drinking is,
Oh, man.
what'd you say, Zakia?
It's a tie.
Zakiah. I'll get it.
Isn't it close to Deca?
Yes, it's called Deci. All right, and then chocolate is centi, and then milk, milli. All right, so what is on the baseline? This will be your gram, your meter, and your liter. So, what abbreviations do these things have? What abbreviation does kilo have? That's a K. Hecto and deca and deci are going to be pretty similar because they both start with D's, right?
Yeah.
So how do we differentiate between them?
You can put a capital D and a lowercase d.
That's not a bad guess, but we actually do it with another letter. Deca, we add the last letter. So it's DA, and deci, we just use D. Now, deca could also be spelled DEKA. Depends on the text as to which one they use. Centi is C, and milli is M. So we want to be able to use these to write shorthand abbreviations. So if I write CG, I want you to be able to tell me what CG is. It's centigram. Okay, this right here. Here, let me do it in a different color. This right here is the prefix. And this right here is the base. So centi and then gram. So if I have DAL, DA is what? Deca. And L is what? Now, what if I just write M? All right. Do I have to have a prefix or a base? You have to have a base. So this would just be meter. Okay, and M by itself is meter, not milli. Questions? Now, the other thing that I would say is the goal in this is for you to be able to tell me if those are lengths or masses or volumes or what are they? Okay, that's why we're doing this. So if we look at this, we want to be able to figure out what is a centigram. All right. So if you read a word problem and you see that it says centigram, what is a gram? Is a centigram a mass, a length, a time, a temperature, or a volume? What is a gram? That's a mass. So you know that this would have to go in mass when we calculate density. when you read DAL and you go, oh, that's a deciliter. What is a liter? A liter is a what? You would know, oh, that has to go in volume. A meter would have to be a what? What would a meter have to be? That would have to be a length. Questions? That's what we're shooting for here. Are you with me? Now, normally I don't have classes that are this gigantic. Okay? Normally I have enough of these for everybody, but I will not in this group. Okay? When I call on you, if I call on you, I want you to come up here, touch this, and put it in the spot that it goes. Okay? Touch and drag. Touch and drag. Okay? Any questions?
No.
All right, Elena. Did I say it right?
Yeah.
Don't sound so excited. Thank you. Thank you, my dear. All right. How about Elizabeth? These are the easy ones. These are the ones you have all these choices. Cool. All right. How about Janessa? Cool. All right. Danny. All right. And Stephen. Everybody likes time. All right. How about Ethan? How about Walter? Just touch outside the box. Just touch it and drag. You got it. There you go. Good job. All right. Taz. Good. How about Anthony Rodriguez? Cool. Nancy. Okay. What about Chansuda? Okay, how about Esteban? Zachary. Okay, how about Raphael? Okay. How about Shelby? And Jeremiah, you do the last one. Cool. Any questions? All right, now we're going to practice measuring some stuff. Sure. Where the hall passed correctly. Kimberly, right?
Yes.
All right. We have a couple volunteers. Just bring your butts up here. All right, you hand out those. The rest of y'all handing out rulers. Just trying to get the ones a little bit easier to see. Let me know if I need more.
I did, but I
Oh, you can put them all around the desk.
Whoa, man.
All right, did everybody get one?
So I'm getting my wait.
All right, so you got a ruler in front of you, right? Is everybody okay with these are centimeters?
Yeah.
Okay. So when you look at it and you want to start reading, you see this line right here I'm trying to point out with my thumbnail? That's the 0 line. You don't read from the edge of the ruler. You read from that line right there. That's 0. Okay? That's 0. So when you count the lines, you count starting with those. It's easier to point. All right, so when it says draw a line that's 3 centimeters long, All right, the centimeters are, that's 0 centimeters, 1, 2, 3 centimeters. Now, these itty bitty lines are the what? Those are the millimeters. So if you want 3 millimeters, you're going 3 of those itty bitty lines to be 3 millimeters. Everybody see how that's done? Okay. So, do what it's asking you to do on the paper.
Oh.
Very good. I was worried for a minute when you ran out the door that you didn't put it around your neck. All right, did you get a ruler yet? If you have a question, just put your hand in the air or call for me, and I'll come help you. Yeah, draw on the paper. Papers are yours. Notice they have holes punched in them. Question? Okay. Take what? Okay. Millimeters are the itty bitty small lines. Okay, first of all. These are inches, so don't read those. You're reading here.
There are none.
Huh?
There are none.
Actually, 10. You want to count? You want to count that. Anybody else got a student info sheet that they need to pick up? What does it mean by? So it's what part of the centimeter is 1 millimeter. So it's 1 out of.
Oh.
It's okay. I'll answer. So what did you get in number 4? When you count.
Oh, I do.
You got to do number 4 to do number 5. So you got to count.
So I'm just.
So you got to count. This is a millimeter, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You don't count this one. That's the last millimeter. So that would be number which one? 10. So there are 10. So what part of a centimeter is 1 millimeter? It's 1 of how many? How do you write 1 of 10? So how many do you count when you do number 4? How many lines are there in 1 centimeter? Yes, that's the answer.
I knew that, thank you.
What'd you get? You counted.
So it's
What did you
50.
count? Yeah, you did 4.
So what's
How much you count? Yeah, show what you got.
Oh, wait, how
You're
do you
counting from here to there. Got it? Don't count that. Your first line, that's the 0 line. You're counting from that first line all the way to the fifth line.
I thought it was supposed to be like, so measure the lines, you think.
So what now?
Yeah. Anyway.
Oh, 1 feet.
Well, that's right, that's right. But One out of how many?
From 5 to 9.
So how do you write one out of 10?
Oh, okay, and I mean,
Yeah.
that's my fault.
It's only reading decimals, so 5.0. So this is just telling you that this side's gonna have some decimals. So the reason it's not. Yeah. Like the whole password, like I showed you. Steven, right?
I go by Katie.
You go by what? Caleb?
No,
Your middle name?
I'm tired.
If I look at Power School, it says your middle name is Caleb.
Katie.
It's what? Spell it.
Katie.
I don't know what he can say to call me.
K, A, L, E, P, B. And that's what's in there, for your middle name. It's your middle name. Okay, as long as it's not something you just made up. Finish up. Stop with Dr. Bashar. So that's it. Yes, so that's how we want to measure. I want you to measure this line and put it there. That's just an example. Who else has a question? Yeah. They're wanting you to have decimals over there. Okay, there are going to be some decimals on that backside. If not on every one of them, there will be on some of them. So if you don't want the decimal on this one, you will on that one. So if you got only 7 centimeters to get millimeters, 7 times what we give you millimeters. How many millimeters were in a centimeter?
There you go.
So 7 times 12 is millimeters. 10. Multiply by 10.
This one
No, it does not. Most people use longer sides of weight and shorter sides of weight, and it makes absolutely no difference. Who else has a question? Probably. Because they're not, I don't know the actual number. I'm coming in. If there's 1 millimeter, 1 out of, how many? How do you write 1 out of 10? Yeah, 1 time. Yeah. Fabulous. Hold on for anybody. No. Question? So, 1 millimeter is 1 out of a centimeter. Out of 10. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Typically, most people use the longer ones length and the short ones width. It truly does not matter. Okay? Make one length, make one width. It's telling you that because there are 10 millimeters in a centimeter, you can multiply by 10 to get your millimeters. Instead of counting all of these itty bitty little lines to get millimeters, you can just measure centimeters and multiply by 10. So if you say the length here is 5 centimeters. 5 centimeters times 10 is what? It's going to count all those itty bitty lines.
I didn't know it was on my. You know what, I'm not even.
That's what it's telling you. You're welcome. Who else has a question?
Are we gonna return this?
No, we're going to go over it. I will not collect every piece of paper we do, or I will drown in paper.
Okay,
Okay, 7.3. 7.2. So 7.2 is the centimeters, and then 7.2 times 10 is the millimeters. So what's that, 72? Yes. All right, I'm going to go over this in about 2 minutes. So for those of you who are still sitting there doing nothing, pick up the pace. If you have questions, let me help you. Go over here. You do the back. There's a back. For those of you who don't know, there's a back side. Y'all are in high school, turn the paper over. The point of the back is to use a decimal number. Yeah.
Do you think it's a good idea to sort our binders, like, notes with notes, and last week we just have it in order?
It doesn't matter. It depends on your organizational style. I mean, if you prefer to separate, separate. If you don't have any particular organizational style that works for you, I'd probably just put it in order. But if it works for you to separate because you like it better that way, do it that way. I will never collect your notebook. So it's all about personal style.
We can get a lot of papers. Like, do you think a folder that has binder, put things in the inside?
It's hard to say. I have to see how big it is. I don't know.
No. So that's really my guess.
It will not do it.
So that's.
I can say that now.
So you count those ones. See what happens.
All right. Let's take a look at what you came up with.
Because you count in the centimeters.
Oh.
You don't count in the millimeters, you just count.
All right. So in the first one, you drew something that was 7 centimeters long. You should have started at the 1, 0 line, gone to the 7. My line is not very straight, clearly. All right, 3 centimeters. Oops, I jumped one. 1 centimeter here to here, and draw a line. And then 10 millimeters. What do you know about? All right, I jumped the 3 centimeters. Let me go back. That's just as bad as the next one I drew. Okay, clearly Miss Wall cannot draw a straight line today. All right, what do you notice about the 1 centimeter and the 10 millimeters?
They're almost the same size. Well, they are.
They are the same size. That was the verb I wanted. They are the same size. All right, how many did you count in 1 centimeter? There were 10. So this was the question everybody kept asking me. What part of a centimeter is 1 millimeter? It's 1 out of what was in a centimeter? 10. So 1 out of 10 you could have written as 1/10. Or, did anybody write it as the decimal? Okay, most people don't, but it's still correct. All right, so several people called me over and said, I don't know what you want me to do with this, Miss Wall. Okay, when you measured this, what did you get for the length of the line? 5 centimeters? Okay, they were telling you to take the shortcut. Instead of counting all these itty bitty lines and counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, it's telling you there are 10 in each of those. So 5 times 10 is 50 millimeters. Okay? So that looks like, I'd have said 29, but they probably want you to have 3 centimeters, which is 30 millimeters. I'd have told you 29, but that's just me. All right, this one, 6.5, 6.6.
I told you.
2.1.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, this was the last question lots of people kept asking me. Does it matter what's length or width? The answer is no. And I've asked math teachers this, and they've all answered the same way. It does not matter which one you assign length and width. Okay? Some people like to make the longer side length and the shorter side width. That's fine if you do. Truthfully, it makes absolutely no difference. Okay? So, looks like about 7.1. If you said 7.2, that's fine. It should not be 7. Maybe 4.3 or 4.4. I go 4.3, which would make that 43 and 71. If you said 7.2, that would be 72. And if you said 4.4, that would be 44. Okay? Depends on which way you saw it when you looked at questions about how to do that?
No.
Okay, now you're going to have to be able to measure with a ruler tomorrow. Any questions? All right, now let's talk quickly about the triple beam balance and the graduated cylinder, because that sheet I'm going to give you for homework tonight. All right, let's look at briefly drawing a triple beam balance. All right, so let's say tomorrow you choose a different color here, on the triple beam balance. And on the top, it has a 40. On the middle beam, it says 200. And on the bottom, on the slide, there's a 4, a 5, how's that? Let's say this is what you measure tomorrow. All right? How are you going to write this down on your lab sheet if this is what you have? Okay? Is there anybody who's never used a triple beam balance? So everybody's used one. Which beam do you move first? Which one? The heaviest or the lightest? The heaviest. You move the heaviest until what happens? Until it goes up or goes down? Until it goes down and it won't do what anymore? It won't go up. Okay? Once it goes down and stays down, it means it's too heavy. You have to slide the weight back once until it goes up. And then you slide which weight? The next heaviest one, which is the 10's weight. And you do that until the weight does what again? Goes down and stays down, which means it's too heavy, and you slide it back what? You slide it back one. We're going to need a review on this tomorrow, I see. All right, let's talk about how to write the mass down. What do you do with those three numbers? Can you write down 200 and write down 40 and write down a third number on your lab sheet tomorrow?
No.
What are you going to do with three different numbers? I heard it out there. Heard two people say it now. I heard it over here and I heard it over here. You got to add them up. Okay? So, what number? And guys, I have 5 minutes. The bell hasn't rang late yet today. Stop packing up. I will quit in time for you to pack up, particularly when you have my calculators, because we don't lose calculators like some folks in the math department. All right. So what three numbers are we going to add up on the scales? You got 200 plus what? And what do you have here? Okay, it's not up to the 5. We have a 4 here. Decimal. What do we have here? That's a 0.5. So that's 0.6, 0.7, 0.8, point what? 0.9. So when you add all that together, and you can use a calculator if you need to tomorrow, you have 244.9, and the unit is on the equipment, so you can get that off the equipment. Now, how about a graduated cylinder? Let's say that says 10 and 20. Put some water in it tomorrow. All right, what do we read to?
The highest point.
That's usually what I get. No,
The lowest point.
the lowest point, which looks like to be about right there. All right, so is it all the way up to the 15?
No.
No, but for the purposes of this class, if you want to estimate it's at 15, that's okay. Okay, up at the top, it's going to say milliliters, so you can put milliliters on the answer. Okay? Now, for homework tonight, you guys have 6 pieces of equipment, and I'm going to have you mark one out because we don't have that piece of equipment in the room. So you're only reading 5 pictures before you get back tomorrow. So somewhere between now and tomorrow fourth period, write down the answers to the 5 pictures and what you think it is. Because tomorrow we're gonna calculate, and we don't get started on the density lab, we will do at least one short lab tomorrow. But I hope to be on the density lab was tomorrow, Tuesday, on Wednesday. Three, four, see if I have an extra. And if you get an extra, just hand it back to me. There's so much moisture in this building, papers are sticking. Make sure everybody's got a paper. All right, the one that says graduated cylinders, the middle one is the one I want you to mark out. Okay, the graduated cylinder picture, the middle one, mark out. All right, if you will, hand me the rulers as I walk by. You'll pass them up to the front. And I hope you had a great first day back.
No.
I know, 179 to go to summer break. I feel you.
You gotta mark out this one.
The middle one.
You're buying- Anybody else still got a ruler? And stay in your chairs until the bell rings.
Was it May?